And listen, Kate, can you actually tell me your favourite Mallorquin dish and wine?
My favourite Mallorquin dish is without doubt a dish they call sopas mallorquines. And it's not soup, as you probably know. It's a little bit like a vegetable stew, cooked in their own juices. Sometimes they look a little bit of pork in it, sometimes not. And then a base of that rough brown bread with all the juices of the vegetable soak into it, little touches of garlic and other things like that. And preferably without the pork, because I'm not much of a meat eater. That is without doubt my favourite dish. There are others as well, but that's my favourite, because at heart I'm a vegetarian. So.
Oh, really? And what wine? Are you a wine drinker or?
Yes, I'm partial to a little glass of white.
Glass.
Right? More white or maybe a glass of rosé.
Oh, really? It's Mum's favourite, that, actually.
And I'm delighted to say we've got some wonderful vineyards now. Over the last 15 years, it's really come into its own Mallorcan wine.
Isn't the one up here up in Calvia that you can go wine tasting? I used to believe on a Sunday you used to go, but it's not proper wine tasting because you actually drink it.
That's right.
And you eat the cheese, so you practically half cooked.
So it's a good outing. It is. In actual fact, it's right on the border with Calvia, but it's in the municipality of Andratx, just over the border. And that's the Santa Catarina vineyard.
That was purpose built, wasn't it?
It is. I went there a lot. And that was developed by a Swedish gentleman, although it now I understand it belongs to the company Mathia Batley, who do some excellent wines. Having said that, there's lots of others as well.
Yes, we were in there the other day actually just looking for Christmas presents in Matley Batley, and it's just going downstairs. We've got some beautiful paintings down there, and we just got some nice pickled onions as well, because I love pickled onions. And we had a raid, right, we've just come out with a little taste this and that. We've just bought a box of wine for Christmas, because it makes such a good idea doing that.
I think it's nice, because when I first came here, nobody talked about Mallorca and gastronomy. It just, the two didn't go together. And now we've got all these wonderful foods and all the fresh vegetables, the almonds and the oranges, the lemons and all along, etc. And we've got beautiful Mallorcan wines as well, and some excellent restaurants. So this is a whole new aspect of Mallorcan life in the last few years.
No wonder you've been here 27 years.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, thank you very much, Kate, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Wendy.
Join us in part 2, where we'll be hopefully going to the north of the island to sample sopas mallorquinas with Mallorca Restaurants 121. Welcome back. We have just travelled to Piensa in the north of the island to meet Anthony and Astrid.
Hi there.
How are you doing? Of Mallorca Restaurants 121. Thank you so much again for coming up to join me today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here in Mallorca?
Well, we have a restaurant guide, online and offline. So we have a website and we have a book. Actually a book in English and Spanish now. Oh, wow. And we promote quality restaurants across Mallorca, and you'd probably be surprised at how many quality restaurants there are in Mallorca.
Really?
But,
Can I ask you, do you know how many restaurants there are in Mallorca?
Go on, shock me.
2,500.
You're kidding.
And we have visited about 800 of those restaurants.
I'm surprised you're not fat.
Well, we don't eat at all of them.
Oh, you don't? I was gonna say.
No, that would be impossible.
Okay,
It's a challenge nonetheless.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So what inspired you to create a restaurant guide?
Well, that was something that was, there was nothing available on the internet 3 years ago in English or in any language for that matter, and there was nothing available in the English or the Spanish-speaking markets, and that prompted us, realizing firstly how many restaurants there were, but it prompted us to provide something that will service that particular niche.
It's a fantastic idea, it really is. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
So, as you said before, you've visited how many restaurants? 800?
Over 800.
Yes.
Over 800.
Yes.
We've got a restaurant that's called 801, so it's a nice joke,
Oh,
over
wow.
800 restaurants, 801.
Oh, great. You mentioned your website just a little briefly. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I think Anthony could.
Come on,
Well,
Anthony.
the website is now, it's taken us 3 years to profile our restaurants. What we have done is we've collected information about the restaurants, we profile them, we have a series of photographs, we have collected quite in-depth information on each. There's a map for each, there's a calendar, you can sign up for a newsletter, there are online bookings. In other words, you can reserve a table online immediately. It's those kind of opportunities which we have now made available in one place on the internet in 2 languages, in English and in Spanish.
That's brilliant, it really is. You brought us here to say La Pará. Why have you chosen this restaurant in particular?
As you can see, this is a really traditional Mallorquin restaurant. It's been in the family for a long, long time. We know Jaime and Alex and his mother, who's the chef, and they have traditional Mallorquin cuisine. So we just thought it would be a really good representation of restaurants that offer Mallorquin food and atmosphere.
We're now going to introduce you to Alex and to Juan and to Pat, who have created some wonderful Mallorquin food for you this afternoon, and give them the opportunity to allow them to explain to you how that all fits into the Mallorquin food scene.
Okay, I'm now joined by Pat. Thank you very much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Can you just tell me some typical Mallorquin dishes?
Well, as you can see, we have the pan boli, which is bread with garlic and tomato, accompanied by cheese or jamon serrano, etc.
I love that. Hannah Serrano. I never used to like it, you know, until this year. I hated it last year, but I love it this year. Pat, tell me, how long have you been a chef?
About 30 odd years or more.
What's your favourite Mallorquin dish?
Frito, lomo con col, and then the vegetable paella.
How long has the restaurant been in the family?
Since 1962, when it opened.